Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
And here we have a nice little group of figures. This is the Dark Apostle. This is the painted up figure. Completed, which was fun. In that video I did mention the Dark Apostle in one of the books, or a couple of the books, who has the Dark Apostle has a human who talks for them, and they have basically a speaker on their face and they're the voice of the Dark Apostle, and that's the guy there.
So they actually did do it.
So they did it. So either the books are up to date or the figures are up to date, or it's always been that way. So that is the Dark Apostle. He's standing over a dead Marine. He's had a bad day. And that's him. What do you think to that guy then?
He looks pretty awesome. And the book is the best, like, a fine addition to it.
Yeah, it's got sort of lava coming off the book, and there's actinic flame flying off it. And this guy's got an incense burner, but it's burning flame instead of smoke. Incense. Maybe it's burning incense, I don't know. It's whatever. So you've already played with him?
Yeah,
He didn't turn out because he was attached to a squad of berserkers. The berserkers failed their morale, and so he was deleted.
What was that?
I got a clue. So he was deleted.
Yep, as well as 25 of my men.
Yes, which was actually surprising.
Oh, it's because they all have the same morale, even though they're like a big group.
Yeah, but the Dark Apostle failed to do anything about it.
Think about it, it's -5.
Yeah. So that's the Dark Apostle. What do you think? How do you think useful do you think he was?
Well, he did stop you from being able to laser me with your tanks.
He did.
With his illusion.
Yes, he used the illusion, which is from the dark thingy, chaos, magic stuff, whatever magic's called nowadays. There's so many editions out now and so many sets of rules for each individual figure. Oh god, it makes your brain hurt. And I just wish they'd just stop and say, right, it's done. Or maybe some sort of compendium and say, right, this is it, it's finished. This is it now. You know bolt action? You know when bolt action does a rule for a tank? That's the rule forever.
Yep, done.
That's it. That's forever. That is, and you can play it. Anyone in any country can play it, and it's fine. In 40k, well, you've got this guy who has this special skill. Oh no, it's that there's just been an update. It's now this skill. Oh no, it doesn't do that anymore. No, now he's got a magic eye, which does that. It's just really, really annoying and stupid. And also, we don't just play 40k. We've been doing a lot of what. Age of Sigmar.
We've done everything,
and so we keep forgetting, and so we keep using the wrong morale system.
Yeah,
which we forgot in one of the games. Yeah, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not important. So he's armed with a Crozius and a bolt pistol. The bolt pistol is a bolt pistol. The Crozius is a Crozius. It's about it. We just did a game where we forgot how much damage a power axe did, which is of course 1. But we're so used to playing the other game that we were positive it did 2 damage because that's what it does in the other game. And so we're really confused, and we had to actually look up the Space Marine book and go, yeah, it is actually 1. Yeah. Because we need to really stick to one game, really. That's what we need to do, because we get confused. It's very easy to get confused, isn't it? So this is the Dark Apostle, as I said. He's got a Crozius and a bolt pistol, and his accompanying troops, these 2 guys here, they sillily have a sort of mace or a sort of handheld weapon, which I presume a book, or maybe he just rolls on people, I don't know.
and I think it's him.
Yeah,
I think he's the one that fights, because there's only one person with a weapon.
So they can fight. They've got 1 attack, so they're pretty much useless.
6 to wound is mortal.
Yes. Well, that's because Dark Apostles are from the Word Bearers. And if you roll a 6 to wound, it's an instant.
Yeah, and if he rolls a 6 to hit, it's another attack.
Yes. Which is pretty good.
And +1 to apostle rolls.
Yes, which means your apostle casts his Dark Zealotry on a 2 instead of a 3. Although you tried and you rolled a 1.
No, I did it, and that's how I got the illusion.
Oh, it was me who tried and rolled a 1.
Yeah, and then I had my Crozius. I used that, and I got 1, 1, 1, 2.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So he has Zealotry as well, which is reroll hits in combat. But that's
like hand-to-hand combat.
That's a dark zealot skill which you can access. It is.
I presume you have to before combat. You know, you have to like
beginning of the turn.
You have to cast that. So you have to expect to be in a fight.
And I found myself not casting anything because I didn't know what I was going to be doing.
That game was crazy.
That game was crazy. It was a silly, insane game, and we just said let's just play with 200 points and see what happens.
Con just keeps coming.
Which is 3,000 point army each.
Yeah, pretty much.
Played with, So if
we have the figures, you may as well use them.
That was an insane game, and we're not going to do that again.
No. I think 100's max.
Yeah, I think 100, which is 1,500.
Yeah, that's what we used for our game.
Yeah. Right. So he has Sigil of Corruption, which is a 4+ invulnerable save, which is useless if you fail morale.
Yeah, I found that out.
Yeah, you found that out. And he has Death to the False Emperor, blah, whatever. Gains an extra attack. And he has Shepherd of the True Faith. Funnily enough, Shepherd of the True Faith appears to have changed 3 times in the last few years what it actually does. Because they just can't make their minds up. So anyway, what else have we got? That's it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So in the new 9th edition, he has 5 wounds instead of 4.
That's kind of cool.
Which has increased the amount of wounds.
I think every single unit in this new edition's got...
Apart from Primaris.
Yeah, an extra...
Has got an extra wound.
Yeah.
So everything, if you own anything across the board that is not Primaris, it all gets an extra wound.
And then when I'm thinking about it, with the amount of like firepower I'm firing, and like I land 4 hits, and you save none of them, that's only 2 units down. But if there's Primaris, that's like almost the entire squad gone.
Yeah. So the best way of doing is because you have a lot of people playing with the original figures, and Primaris with the 2 wounds lasts so much longer. So now they've gone back for some reason. I thought they were phasing out the original Space Marines, but for some reason they've given them a new lease of life by giving them an extra hit, which doubtless we will discuss in later videos.
Yeah.
So we'll go into that later. But that's the Dark Apostle. What do you think? What do you think overall to the idea behind him? He's a chaplain.
He's an awesome character.
Yeah.
And he's very, very helpful if you're attaching to a large group. You just make sure the large group has a higher morale than I did.
And you can effectively give them a void shield.
Yes, that's what I did. That's why I said it's really good to have him in a large group.
Yeah, because that really did a lot for your troops. Because I was hitting them with plasma guns, and nothing was getting through because you had a 5+ invulnerable save, which it would have done serious damage to your troops.
Yeah.
So that is useful, but he's not a psycho.
No.
So he can't smite. Smite's probably, other than Fisher, Smite I think is the best psychic power. But unfortunately, he's not a psycho. Obviously,
but he does have Omen, which means he'll have 7 attacks.
Oh yes, he has Omen. Yeah.
So you have to make sure you kill the person, otherwise, oh no.
Yeah, that gives him an extra 3 attacks. So as he said, 7. He gets 7 attacks, hitting on 3s.
2s.
2s. Oh, he will hit on 2s. Yes. So he hits on 2s, and it has a -4 AP. So Space Marine armor, forget it.
Yeah.
Terminators get a 6 save, and you can't use your Void Shield, your Iron Halo anyway. So this guy can cut through pretty much anything.
Yeah, for a chaplain, he's a very much...
He's an overpowered chaplain.
He's a combat chaplain rather than a stand back chaplain.
Yeah. Whereas we usually use Space Marine chaplains to support troops, and he's sort of the hero figure who helps at the end of the line, which is what we just discovered in the last game we played. But yeah, this guy is really more combat orientated. He leads the flock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, Dark Apostles were originally chaplains, or are still chaplains, and I think that the only Chaos Marine Legion who are still as chaplains is the Word Bearers, but now they're called Dark Apostles. I like this Dark Apostle here better than the original Dark Apostle figure.
He looks so good.
Yeah, I had the original one. I converted him to make him into a Psyker. Because I didn't really like the figure, and we weren't using Word Bearers at that point, so I couldn't really use him. So I converted him into a Sorcerer, which actually looks a lot better than the original figure, because the original figure just had this stupid big spear he was carrying and he was jumping in the air, and the backpack was the same backpack as every Chaos Space Marine has, because GW hadn't come around with these awesome backpacks. The Chaos backpacks now are amazing, whereas back then they all had the identical backpacks and it just looked silly. And yeah, I have actually swapped out a few old Space Marine backpacks with the new ones because I had a few spare. And
I will admit, even though I didn't play with the Black Legion and the Word Bearers in that game, they look so cool.
They do. We'll have to do a video on them.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
And I take it the Dark Apostle is part of the Word Bearers. As you say.
Yes, he's a Word Bearer.
But his armor looks just like the Black Legion's.
Well, because he's wearing chaplain armor.
Right.
That's why.
Oh yeah, because the chaplains wear black, don't they?
Now I did do a search to see how other people had done their painting, and I ignored them because quite a few did put them in Word Bearer colours. So these are the Word Bearer colours here. This guy at the back, they're Word Bearer colours, but
it's not like chaplain-y.
It's not very chaplain-y, and he is a chaplain, so I kind of figured I'd keep him as a chaplain. I saw like two painters who'd done the same as I'd done, and everyone else had gone for the other stuff. Although I saw one guy who did blue actinic lightning coming off the top.
That's quite cool.
And I thought that looked good, but for the theme of this army, red.
Yeah.
Because all my Space Marine bikes and stuff have flames on them and things, so it just fitted.
And I used him for Khorne.
We were supporting Khorne troops.
Imagine lightning with Khorne.
Yes.
No.
No.
No. Plus, that would mean that the disciple, with the fire coming out of it, he'd also have to be lightning, otherwise it wouldn't look right.
Yes, that's true.
And the book.
So also another thing, you can use in Chaos Undivided. You can use this as for any Chaos unit, because he's spreading the word of the Dark Gods.
Yeah.
So you can choose him for Black Legion or anything like that. If you're using, because Black Legion are Chaos Undivided, so you can use anything, any Chaos forces. So he's great for that. So he actually fits in really well with my Black Legion. So if you've got the Black Legion on the board, this actually looks like a Black Legionary just to look at. So that kind of helps. Word Bearers also are Chaos Undivided, so that's cool. Alpha Legion are technically Chaos Undivided, but they're rubbish at spawning Chaos.
No, yeah.
And Chaos don't hang around. If they spawn Chaos, they're just rubbish at spawning them. And the Chaos have no interest in hanging around because they don't like Alpha Legion. Because Alpha Legion don't believe. You need faith, and Alpha Legion still have faith in the Emperor, which is mad. But there you go. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the video. I'm not going to let it go on too long. It's just it's kind of a update video to our...
Well, no, it's the explanation of what the figure is.
Yeah.
And what it does.
Yeah, and sort of run over the rules very loosely. Right.
Well, if you like the video, please do like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of the Dark Apostle and his disciples. That's everything from me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.
Bye.